Hi, my name is Kelly. Welcome to my channel called Be You. So, tonight I am going to talk about wounds that were caused by parents and so forth. But what I will be doing is a transmission to help you heal those wounds or those pains, whatever you want to call it. So, I begin like I always begin, which is getting into my heart. And in the description, I did give you my webpage if this is something that resonates with you, or perhaps after this healing session, you just want to go deeper and really truly heal your wounds from your parents. You can just reach out onto the webpage. There, you will find booking and everything to set up a session with me. All right. So, getting into the heart is not something that's actually common. Most of the time, we are in our minds. And what that means is that some people actually are in their minds, in their heads. I've actually, with some clients, I have realized that they're gut thinkers, where their guts are always tight and very stiff, and that's where their thinking lies. And with me, I just put this together today. I actually think from my lower back. Whenever I get really like stressed out or if I'm in fear, my lower back just starts hurting really, really bad. And I just found that out today that that's where my thinking is. Um, so I needed to say this. I do not, on any of my sessions here on my YouTube, I don't practice, I don't get ready for anything. I just let it come through. So I try to keep it as natural as possible. And so therefore, I just hop on and see what gets transmuted through me. So clearly, I needed to talk about the different types of thinkers. So maybe at this time, what you think you are? Are you in the mind? Are you in the gut? Are you a back thinker? And I'm sure there's probably more and more ways and where we hold all of our thinking in the body. Saying that I just figured this out literally a few days ago, and then I figured out mine today. I'm sure more will come. Um, but I guess I would tell you, where is the pain? Like, go ahead and think of something that is hurtful, or maybe you have anger towards it. Go ahead and think about that and be aware where in the body does that hurt. Let me get this off. Sorry, that's bugging me. Okay. So, where in the body do you feel pressure in the head? Do you feel pressure in the gut? Do you feel tightness? How about the back, legs, arms? Where are you feeling pressure or pain when you think of something that's not great to think? And then when you have that, just know that is where you come from. That is where all your thinking lies. So when that part of you starts hurting, then that means you're thinking about some very painful things. And perhaps it's time for you to go in deeper and see where that comes from. So if you clicked on this video, whenever you click on it, it's meant for you. This is about wounds from parents. So you might not be aware of this, but some of you might. Is that basically things are passed down from one parent to another parent to another, and it's just a continuous passing down of pain and hurt until you get someone that actually doesn't go that route and kind of heals the family. So, one thing that happens is that this is a whole family. So, even though I'm calling this pain or wounds from your parents to help you heal, fully heal that, I'm also talking about their parents and their parents. I'm talking about the whole bloodline, the whole family. Because as you do healing, you will heal the whole family. So tonight, as I'm doing the healing with you, I will be healing, sending healing to my whole family. The ones that are here, the ones that are to be here, that's not here yet. And that's very powerful. Anytime you do any type of healing, it is actually on a whole family level. So that's pretty powerful that you can heal your whole family if you choose to. And you went in of clicked on this video if there wasn't a part of you that's ready to let go, right? Okay. So, now how do you get into the heart, right? For every client that I have, it's uniquely different to each person. But since this is a collective channel here, a collective lesson, I would say always start with the breath. Maybe close your eyes and just go into the heart. For some of you that are visual, visualize a heart and visualize you jumping into the heart. Others, it's slowing down. So that means focusing on your breath. Because perhaps some of you are like, go, 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 go. And you just need to relax. Some of the things that you can tell when you're in the heart is that you might have some pain. So don't freak out and don't run back to the mind wherever that's located. It's okay to have the pain. It's okay to have sadness. Okay. Especially if you haven't been in your heart for quite some time. You might even feel overwhelmed. But also past that, you will feel this kind of peace. Just natural peace, this undefined peace. And calm. And also rest from the mind. And if you think about it, when I just did that exercise with you and I told you to practice on your figuring out where the mind is by thinking about something negative and see if the body hurts at all. This will, when you're in your heart, you won't have that feeling anywhere. So let's say you're a mind thinker in the actual mind. And when you were thinking about something negative, you started kind of having like a migraine or you started doing this. But when you're in your heart, you can't feel that because it actually calms. It stops, go, 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 go. So those are some of the examples of how you can tell when you're in your heart. So, but again, like I said, this is as a collective, so I can't pinpoint each and every person that's going to watch this video and then me tell you, this is how you get in your heart. This is how you get in your heart. But as always, if it is something that you want to go in deeper, in the description, you'll find my webpage. Okay, so I am in my heart. And what we want to do here is we want to stay in here, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels anger, even if it feels like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this. And you just want to stay there. One of my biggest things that came up is that, and I'm sure some of you can relate, is the constant that I'm not allowed talking about this until my parents are passed on. And the thing is, when we get that in our minds and in our bodies, we can't process the pain. We can't process these wounds and actually heal them. We just keep them bottled up and keep bottling up until, the person passes. But here's the thing. It's not that you do this to hurt anybody. You can't hurt anyone unless they believe it themselves. Then there you go. But this is truly probably one of the hardest things for a lot of people to do is try to talk about wounds that were caused by parents. But in talking it out, getting it from the heart and pulling it, you're literally going to heal it. So if you're feeling that uncomfortable, or if you're feeling like, oh, I should not uh, be feeling these right now, or fill in the blank, just know that it's okay. You're okay. I'm okay. We're okay. Okay? So the very first one I'm going to talk about was my dad. That way I can heal this. So my dad was never in my life. So I got the nice abandonment from my father. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. Now, there's also abandonment, even with, if this is your father, even with your father being in your life. Now, let me explain that. When your parent leaves, right? When your parent is gone, then you know that that's abandonment. You know that you get that in your late teens, early 20s, that you got abandoned by the parent. You feel unloved. However, there are parents that was there the whole time, but yet never gave the kid the time of day, never like was too busy with work, and then after work would watch tons of TVs or something like that, where the kid still felt abandoned by the parent. So if you're sitting there going, how do I have abandonment? Both my parents were in my life. Abandonment doesn't mean that one of them physically leaves. See, that's one of the things that the mind does to kind of keep you from not healing this. So this is not just abandonment as the parent is absent. In my case, my dad was pretty absent of my life, and there was a lot of lies and covers of who my dad really was. So the person on my birth certificate is not actually my father. So from there, I can feel frustration. I can feel let down. And through my life, the guy that was supposed to be my dad, the one that I thought was actually in my life, I always felt like he treated me slightly different. And I knew why later on. It's because I wasn't really his kid. But when you go through that and you realize you have a brother and sister and that he treats them differently than you kind of think, what did I do wrong? Why doesn't he like me? And that has nothing to do with me. It's not that he didn't like me, it's not that he didn't love me. All it was is that I reminded him of somebody he didn't like. So therefore, you have that kind of disgust. So my real dad wasn't really in the picture. And my supposedly dad from the birth certificate treated me differently than my brother and sister. So I'm going to get a drink real quick. So, how many of you guys can relate to that? So, abandonment's what's coming up. So, I will also talk about my abandonment with my mom. So, my abandonment with my mom is that she could never say the words I love you, and she could never hug me. I don't ever recall getting hugged, and I don't ever recall hearing I love you. Therefore, you never really got a kiss on the forehead or anything like that. My mom was a no touch type person. Um, so therefore, there's abandonment there because she could not be the parent that I needed. I at that time I needed a parent to say, "Good job, Kelly." Which sometimes she did do that, absolutely. But sometimes when you just need the hug, it wasn't there. If you skimmed your knee or anything, it was more a disgust from her. That like you did something wrong or that you were stupid, not, oh my God, here, let me help you. So I had abandonment from both parents. So if you have abandonment from both parents, one parent, whatever, we're going to heal that now. So I'm going to heal the abandonment that I have with all parents. And because it's both parents, there's two families that will also get to healing. So I'm just checking in my heart and seeing what else comes about abandonment. And what's coming up very strong, and it's a repeat after me. So you can go ahead and repeat after yourself, and you want to do it 3 times because there's a power in 3. And to what's coming is, I was loved. I was loved. I was loved. I was loved by both parents. I was loved by both parents. I was loved by both parents. And how does that make you feel? Some of you might still have anger there. Like, that's just not enough, right? Perfectly okay. Honor what comes. For me, when I said that, kind of feels like there's a deeper pain there. It kind of feels like I needed someone to love me and I didn't get it from anyone. So, yeah. So our parents, they just mirrored their parents and they just mirrored their parents and they just and it's just a cycle. That's all. I mean, it's truly no one is to blame. Really isn't. This isn't about blaming. This is just letting it out. Letting it out. So now, just going into heart and feel like, do I still have abandonment from either one of my parents still there? Yeah, kind of feels like it's still there. So, all right. So let's go in deeper with the abandonment. And tonight might just be about abandonment. Don't know. All right. So, hmm. Okay. So I'm getting a lot of images coming through here. Um, one is the biggest things here is that we all become our parent in one way or another. Even if you fought it and fought it and fought it, you still become them because you're around them a lot and they teach you, or they're supposed to teach you, some very vital um, lessons in life, right? How to treat people, how not to treat people, But again, those are all conditions because every one of our parents was chosen by us. So my parents were chosen by me for exactly the situation that happened. So, yeah, there's a lot of you that does not like hearing that you are your parent, especially if you feel that you've been wronged by your parent. I felt like I was wronged, and I never liked hearing that I was like my mom at all. And yet I am like my mom. And because of these conditions, you think that you actually don't become them, but you actually down the line eventually you figure out like, um, or maybe perhaps you put in like you based everything on like, oh my god, was I my mom there or was I my dad there? I used to do that a lot of like, oh, I can't become my mom. My dad wasn't there, so um, yeah. So mom, yeah, couldn't become her. So it was definitely a thing of like whatever I did, I was quickly like, that's something your mom would do. It was the fear I had about becoming my mom was so intense. And at the end of the day, mm-hmm, yeah, yep, I have good qualities from her and I have not good qualities from her. But at the end of the day, we do become our parents. Mm-hmm. And that's okay because we're meant to. And if there's a part of that you don't like, then perhaps that's the part that you want to heal from your heart. And clearly, I'm here healing some stuff because it's moving out into my stomach. Okay. Let me get a drink and let's see what else. Actually, I think we're going to just stick with abandonment. Um, yeah. Yeah, because I want to do this, kind of keep this at 30 minutes. So we're going to just keep with the abandonment in the heart. All right. So hopefully you're still in the heart. And if you ran away and went back to the mind, it's perfectly okay. Just go back in the heart. Like I said, most of the time when you go into the heart, it's not the greatest feeling at first and you kind of want to run, but don't run because you can heal when you're in the heart, like fully heal, and then it's out. It's out of your mind, and then it works its way out of the body and it's fully healed. It's not do this and then 3 months later do it again. It is truly, if you get to the core, you can heal anything, and it all is in the heart. So abandonment apparently is my core that I'm working on with you. So abandonment is the core. So I'm going to go deeper into my heart. So now I know that I felt abandoned by both parents and technically by stepdads as well. So I'm going into my heart even deeper with this abandonment. Let's see if I can get to the core. And here comes the core. It just came right to me. Why didn't anyone love me? I'm not lovable. There it is. There's the core pain. I'm not lovable. And then I can list all the reasons why if I went into my mind, but I'm not saying right here. So I'm not lovable. Oh. So what came up to you as you went deeper? Was it you're not lovable? Was it nobody cared for you? Was it you were not a good person? Oh, that hit some of you. Whatever it is, the very first thing that came, that's what you're going to want. Anything after will be the mind, your ego trying to come in and get you out of here. So I got to my core, which is I'm not lovable. So there's the core pain. I've literally believed that I was not lovable. And I carried that from childhood all the way up to my life until right now in 2023. Now I'm going to heal that I'm not lovable. So, whatever yours was, the healing will be the same, which is, for me, I am lovable. I was loved by many. But the most important part here is I'm loved by myself. And that just made my whole body tingle. So that's what I need to hear, is that I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. So whatever you needed to heal or hear, repeat it 3 times. And you're no, because right when you got to the core, then instantly it would have gave you a way to let that go. I am lovable, and I am loved by me. I am lovable, and I'm loved by me. I am love. I am love. I am love. There you go. Hopefully, this has helped you guys with abandonment. If you feel that you got there but you couldn't get to the core, then it's okay. I would just say go back to it. See if you can get to the core. If you are one that got to the core but you don't know how to let it go, get it out, heal, then that's okay too. And like I said in the description, if you want to do a one-on-one, that's my website where you can book a session with me and it will be over the phone. So it doesn't matter where you live. So I hope that this helped each and every one of you guys with abandonment. Clearly, I'll have to come back to new videos with the same thing, healing wounds from our parents. But apparently, abandonment was what I needed. So, if for anyone who went to abandonment, or for some of you that I opened to, oh my God, I was abandoned by my parent. I just didn't realize because they were in my life. So, I know a lot of you will have that. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right. So I'm going to try to do these healings once a week for roughly about 30 minutes. It might be a little bit longer, depends on like what comes. But yeah, I'm going to try to do this once a week of like whatever comes that I want to help myself heal, and then transmute and help you heal as well. So thanks for watching my video. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe to it. Please share this video with anyone that you feel maybe they felt abandoned by their parents, or actually truly physically was abandoned by their parents, that this might help them. And as always, I'm going to end something new now, which is I'm going to end with I love you. I love you. I love you. I know that's weird to hear for some people, right? But I do. To all my soul friends and family out there, and to all of you guys and humans, I love you. I love you. I love you. And that's not something I could have said many months ago. But in the heart, there is love for everybody. And that's everyone's heart. So right now, I'm just going to focus on this last minute of just transmuting love for me into love for you. You guys have a good night.